Today's Brentford shirts carry a QR code to encourage fans to take 2 minutes to learn the basics of CPR. Brentford themselves experienced a tragically young death with the loss of technical director Robert Rowan back in 2018. So no surprise that Thomas Frank's club are at the forefront of such an important initiative.
Glenn Hoddle is seriously ill in hospital tonight.
Glenn was transferred to a hospital in London and his condition is described as serious.
It was nearly 5 years ago when I suffered my cardiac arrest at the BT Sports Studios. It's quite poignant that we're here at Brentford training ground. We're going to find out a little bit about their cardiac heart project that they've got here. In the memory, obviously, of Robert Rowan, who passed away, unfortunately, the same year I had mine. He was only 28 years of age. Brentford have been fantastic this year in the Premier League, but also, you know, the importance of this cause and mixing it together with football. I didn't think on this, but when you come back to this environment, it's like a drug to us. It's a part of my life, it's in my DNA. So when you get back, you're saying, well, I'm seeing the forwards against attack, what they were just doing there, and now they're having the game, and it's quick, and it's, you know, probably 3 touch maximum, all them things. It starts coming back, remembering all the things you did as a coach. Nitty, it's lovely to be here at the Brentford training ground, and tell me a little bit about the Heart of West London project.
Sure, well, it's something that we care a lot about here, because what we're trying to do at Brentford is make a difference where we can use our platform to make a difference, and cardiac health is something that means a lot to us. We had this guy, Robert Rowan, working for us. He ultimately became technical director, and he was a fantastic, really important person for us at Brentford, and led a lot of the projects that have led to the success that we're now enjoying. Last home game, we had a gentleman who collapsed and was able to get CPR right there from the people who were standing by. DFib was on site and available. The team did a fantastic job making sure that he got to the Hammersmith Hospital and got the help that he needed.
You know, I'm only standing here because of the CPR that I was given from Simon Daniels, the sound engineer. So, yeah, it's so poignant and so, excuse the pun, close to my heart.
Yeah, of course.
And the work you're doing is absolutely magnificent.
Thomas,
how are you? Lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a training ground for some time. It's given me the vibe again.
Playing or coaching?
Well, not playing now.
You still have the choice.
Oh dear. It was great to watch a session again.
Yeah.
Because I ain't seen it for a while, you know. It's lovely. It's just in the DNA with us, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I could imagine. That's the thing. I don't know when I stop. You know, when one day I will, and then you miss it. Probably will in bits of it. This bit you'll miss.
Yeah.
It's not all the other noise with the
We
cameras and all that. Get that away, and you know that's the
we
thing
used
you
to
don't
say
want to miss.
the 90 minutes ruined a lovely life. The 90 minutes of a game and the tension and everything. This is where you enjoy the job, isn't it, on the training ground?
I love that this building is named after
Yes.
Rob and the legacy, with all that happened, and it's a fantastic example of how we've grown, and the foundation he was a big part of building. And I think without him, I don't think we would have the foundation to jump into where we are now,
Really?
which is fantastic.
Matt, it's great to meet up with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your pathway into Brentford, really, from when you were a youngster?
I was back in Denmark in FC Copenhagen. I was in that position of trying to break through as a youngster and got a few games on the first team, but never really get my spot. I had I got a call from Brentford saying that they believed in my talent and that they had a path for me.
So it was to go into what they call the B team here.
And yeah, that went really well. I went to play a lot of games for the B team. Came back to the same level of confidence and with the ball, and then broke through.
You got the chance
in the first team.
And now you've played over 30 games, yeah, for the first team.
Yeah, in Premier League, I think if you take on like with Championship as well,
Well, yeah,
probably
of course,
have
Premier
a lot
League,
more.
sorry,
But
Premier
yeah,
League,
probably
yeah.
between 30 and 40.
Where everyone wants to be in the Premier League. Yeah. You sound like you were very much that similar. That could have gone either way, but it was the foresight and the progression of Brentford that they saw you, and then they thought, no, we can make you into a good player.
There's so many good players in that age who gets dropped, and it's so hard for them by themselves in that age to get it going, and
there's nowhere for them to go. They feel as if they're lost, and if they go down the leagues, it's tougher. At 18,
100%.
physically and mentally, you're not ready. So it's like a conveyor belt of talent that just you lose to the game. But it's fantastic to see you come through that way. Brentford are a forward-thinking club. It's wonderful to see, because you're a prime example of that B team, and long may that continue. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Brentford are a classic example of why the Premier League is more competitive this year than any other season. You've got the likes of Brentford, you've got Brighton, you've got Aston Villa, you've got Newcastle. These teams have really just come alive, and that's why it's more competitive than ever. It really is the toughest year that I've looked at with the Premier League. People taking points off. It doesn't matter where you are in the league, you've still got to play at 110%, even if you're Man City at the top or Arsenal at the top, to get the points. And Brentford are a big reason for that. It was lovely today to walk around as well, Thomas. Robert Rowan, who passed away unfortunately from a cardiac arrest, and 5 years ago when I had mine, actually I was one of the lucky ones. But it was lovely to see what the club are doing, the campaign that they've put together. I know that's very close to the club's heart, and you're doing a hell of a lot. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think it's very good that club are using football and all the focus we get to promoting good causes, things that hopefully can help save lives that you yourself experienced. We had Christian Eriksen that was here, that I also witnesses firsthand what could happen there, and it's that education. Two things: one, that people are getting checked, but also that people can help. If it happened to hopefully not you, if it happened to me or to anyone involved, I think that is so important that we use football to that. And Robert's legacy here is big, and I think it's a good thing, and I'm sure he wants that. One is to remind the great work he did here at Brentford and what he was a big part of building, and now we named the Robert Rowan Performance Centre after him. But also the reminder to all of us that it goes quick, that we need to remember life and enjoy life, and unfortunately sometimes it takes some of these terrible things that can happen to us to remind us that, let's make sure we enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Robert would be very proud of what you've done at the club, in his memorial in many ways. But as you say, if all clubs did this, football's a bridge between these type of things.
Yeah.
So many positive things can come from football.
Yeah.
We set our minds to them, and at Brentford you've done that, which is great. It's fantastic. Oh, he's done a fantastic job. He really has. The way he's got them playing, the belief that he's got. The players believing in any game they go into, they believe they can win. And I think that's, it's one thing getting up in the Premier League and surviving, but having that belief, and that you can tell in the training ground now, the feeling, the energy, all working for each other, all on the same page. He's done a fantastic job. Him and his staff, it's not just him, but his players respond. I do believe you've got a nice warm office somewhere, haven't you?
True. Should we walk off or?
Should we go for it? It's rather cold and windy, but tell us a little bit about the game over our shoulder here. It's a B game, is it?
Yeah, B game, it's the B team playing against the Huddersfield. We've been building that for, I can't even remember, I think it must be 4 or 5 years now we have had it, where we, back in the days, closed the academy.
Yeah.
Build this team to try to build a better transition that could go into potentially the first team, and I think it's been quite successful. But the age group between 16 to 21, it's so difficult to predict who will make it all the way through, and we try to create a as a professional environment where there's a lot of focus on the individual development and try to create a pathway.
Yeah.
The project that they've put together here is quite incredible, and it humbles me, and it just makes me feel, it makes me feel just lovely to be alive, to be honest.